This is Show Me Your Shack for early February 2015. Bob forwarded this image to me, but the original email was not attached, so I can't tell you this ham's call. But the picture was taken in January 1955. There's an NC-88, the Johnson Viking Adventurer built from a kit, and then the trusty J-38 key. David in 0 SAP in Ozark, Missouri, has a beautiful Drake station. Well, we see Mike, VE3MIC, in the chat room most weeks, and now we can see his shack. He says, when you're running short of space in the ham shack, go vertical. Now here's a real ham shack photo. Roy, ZL1LK, has his shack in a kids' playhouse erected inside the garage. And here's a look at Roy's equipment. It looks like it just fits. Tom, K1TA, has been a ham for 40 years now. He says you can catch him on 20 or 40 meters. Most nights, he'll be on CW. And here's his rig. Don, K4YND, has a dedicated and very nice looking Heathkit operating position in his shack. Meanwhile, Mike, ZP5YW, sent us this greeting from his shack in Paraguay, Central America. He tries to always watch Ham Nation live and has been since the second show. This photo shows the antennas on one of his two towers. And this is Mike at his operating position inside the ham shack. We've had several requests for ugly shack photos, and several have volunteered. This shot comes from Rick. He's WU0S in Little Falls, Minnesota. Al, K1LTJ, a fellow 40-meter push show net control operator, sent us this photo. Al was streaming live during the net when Terry, KM4TC in Four Oaks, North Carolina, took this shot of his huge flat screen monitor. Well, Bill, K1ATV, sent two photos. Here's a look at his amateur television antennas. The long one is his 70-centimeter transmitting antenna. The short antenna is his receiving antenna and down converter. It's operating at 1.2 gigahertz. Here's a look inside the shack. The down converter control box and the ID are superimposed on the video are on the desk. His camcorder has a built-in microphone, and he has a push-to-look microphone, which keys his transmitter. Wyatt, K0AVL in Topeka, Kansas, has his shack wedged into the corner of the laundry room. He has an ICOM IC7200, a Yaesu FT2900, and an ICOM F2821. He uses a 40-meter off-center fed dipole along with a VHF-UHF Omni antenna. Well, Dan, WA5CYR, no longer has a car, but he didn't want to waste his beautiful Hustler resonators. He built this multi-band vertical, mounted it on the leg of his tower. He has resonators for 80 through 10 meters, but chose to use those for 40, 20, 17, and 10 meters in this installation. Well, Don, KB2YSI, sent this entry for the messy shack category. And if this workbench shot's not messy enough, he sent another. It uses an ICOM IC2000 along with the Radio Shack HTX252 and HTX202. His antenna is a J-pole. Ray, N0ZYX, sent us this photo of his shack in Sunrise Beach, Missouri. He lives near the Lake of the Ozarks. He's been off the air for more than 15 years, and he's just now starting to rebuild his shack. The desk is made from 4 file cabinets and 2 solid core doors. His radio is an ICOM IC736. He uses it on all HF bands and 6 meters. He also has a 2-meter ICOM IC275H and a marine radio to monitor for Mayday calls from the lake. And that's it for February. Make sure to send your shack photos to Ham Nation Videos at twit.tv. We'll get them into the next show, Me, Your Shack. That episode will be sometime in early March.